What's the difference between your average point guard and a floor general? Well, you gotta run the show like CP3 and be a coach on the floor. You need that Steve Nash vision to deliver passes on time and on target. And it takes 94 feet of lockdown defense like Patrick Bev. Our guy Tre Jones knows how to win. He's been doing it since his days at Apple Valley High, and he's been Mr. Reliable for Coach K and Duke the past 2 years. Now he's set to be the next point guard to make the jump from Duke to the NBA. His big bro Tyus won a natty for the Blue Devils and now plays the one for the Memphis Grizzlies. But how does a kid from Minnesota go from battling his brother one-on-one in the backyard to straight up balling at Duke and taking home ACC Player of the Year? You just gotta stick with me. I'll tell you all about Tre Jones and why he's a pro-level leader. Tre Isaiah Jones was born January 8, 2000 in Apple Valley, Minnesota, to Debbie and Rob Jones. Hooping runs deep through the blood of the Jones family. His mom played the point too and led Devils Lake High School to a championship in North Dakota before hooping in college. His dad Rob is 6'6" and played his college ball at Wisconsin Parkside. Tre's brother JD played D1 ball at Furman, and his half-brother Reggie Bunch was an NAIA All-American at Robert Morris, way before Tyus and Tre ever did the fan proud at Duke. His mom coached Tre all the way up until high school, and his older brother JD used to spend countless hours in the gym training Tre and Tyus. It was all basketball all the time. On any cold day in Minnesota, the Jones brothers could be found at the local gym heating up the nets. JD Jones said that back then, Monday through Thursday, it was weights in the mornings and skill sessions in the afternoon. Tre never worried about being the youngest. He wanted to compete at the same level as his brothers, and soon he developed skills far beyond his age. He got to watch Tyus become a local legend in Minnesota. His hometown even celebrated Tyus Jones Day after he won the national championship at Duke. Everyone wanted to know if Tre could be as good as his brother, and he was driven to take his game to the limit. Lil Bro first started garnering attention in middle school, where his impressive passing ability and hounding defense made him shine. By the time he was in 8th grade, Tre had won a spot on the varsity squad at Apple Valley High School, just like his brother had done 4 years prior. Coach Zach Goring knew he had something special with the youngest Jones and wanted to get him used to playing against the best competition in the state early. If you make varsity as a freshman, you're elite, hands down. But Tre wasn't even in high school yet, balling against players 5 years older than him. With his crafty play and endless hustle, Tre made a massive spark off the bench in his first year playing varsity for a team that went 27-2 on the year. After falling short of a state title in 8th grade, Coach Goring and the Eagles had plans for a ring in Tre's upcoming freshman year. Come fall of 2014, before his freshman season even started, our guy picked up his first offer from Texas Tech. The diaper dandy was drawing D1 coaches to Apple Valley, and his recruitment was about to blow up. While most underclassmen were cheering on the older guys from the bench, Tre was starting alongside current Portland Trailblazer Gary Trent Jr. and taking on players like the LA Clippers Amir Coffey as a high school freshman. Still, the haters were not impressed. Tre said that people were talking, saying he's not nearly as good as his brother or won't be as good as him. Fast forward a couple months and Tre led the squad to a state title. AV's second ever state championship. The only other person to do it was Tyus in 2013. I know Coach Goring had to be grateful for the Jones family. A few months later, he was the starting point guard on Team USA's junior national team. where he led a team all older than him to a gold medal in Argentina at the FIBA U16 Americas Championships. Coming off that state ring and gold medal summer, there were high expectations for Tre and his future. In September of his sophomore season, Tre got the call from Coach K, who offered him a scholarship to play point guard at Duke. Still, Tre had a lot to consider as offers from Minnesota, Arizona, and Baylor rolled in before the season even started. Those early mornings in the lab with his older brothers were finally starting to pay off. After 3 years of varsity ball, Mr. Jones was finally a first-team All-State selection in 2016. He dominated the Minnesota competition with his game-breaking speed while making his teammates better. Big bro Tyus had just been drafted to the hometown T-Wolves. All the while, Tre was showing he could very well play at that level one day too. Coach Goring said that Tre was absolutely the best defender he ever coached. My guy Tre has those clamps. By Tre's junior year, he had proven he was the best point guard his age in the state, but he was out to prove that there was no one in the nation that could change a game like him. Tre went bonkers, averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists per game, leading their team to their second state title in 3 years. Now you couldn't say the name Tre Jones without saying two-time state champ. That's something that NBA big bro had never done. At the end of the season, Tre was rightfully awarded the Minnesota Gatorade Player of the Year honor. Then before his senior season, he proved he was the best floor general in the nation, playing against other future draft picks like Tyler Hero, Cole Anthony, and Marvin Bagley in the EYBL circuit. Before Tre could enjoy his last dance at Apple Valley, one last ride with Coach Goring in the school that started it all, he had one thing to take care of. He'd done a good job of playing things close to the chest, but everyone wanted to know, where would Tre Jones play in college? Well, on August 13, 2017, the 5-star point guard made his decision. Tre announced that he would follow Tyus' footsteps and suit up for Coach K at Duke. He was the first to join one of the most legendary recruiting classes ever that also included RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, and Zion. In fact, many say he was the glue that made it all happen.
Made the group chat with all 4 of us and started just building the friendship off the court to try to recruit each other to go play at Duke together.
They all wanted to play with the best floor general in the country. Tre was racking up accolades and recognition in his senior year. He won State Gatorade Player of the Year back-to-back and Minnesota Mr. Basketball. He averaged 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists, and threw down this beast of a slam in front of Tyus Jones, Jimmy Butler, and Jamal Crawford. I bet you didn't know our guy had crazy bounce like that. He balled hard and chopped it up with his future Duke teammates at the McDonald's All-American games.
Shout out overtime.
They were definitely the funniest recruiting class that year, hands down.
I just wanted to know, like, your guys' relationship statuses. Are you guys in a relationship?
Cut this, bro. Cut this.
Tre even revealed his secret talent for the OT fam. Your boy is nice at Fortnite, so you don't want to see him on the sticks. He finished out high school ball proving he was ready for the next level against the top players in the world at both the Jordan Brand Classic and Hoop Summit for Team USA. Then it was time to head to Durham and join the Brotherhood. Tre's freshman season with the Blue Devils was insane. He came into Duke with the most highly recruited freshman class ever and won the starting job right away. The freshman quartet of Tre, Zion, RJ, and Cam set the world on fire with jaw-dropping highlights night after night. And of course, they were everyone's pick to win the Natty all season long. Tre was the unquestioned leader of the squad and Coach K's right-hand man. He was named to the ACC All-Freshman team and earned his reputation as one of college basketball's best defenders by applying smothering full-court pressure to opposing ball handlers all game long. He averaged an impressive 9 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds as a true frosh. But unfortunately, the squad fell short of a Final Four appearance with a heartbreaking 1-point loss to Michigan State in the Elite Eight. The dynamic freshman class all jumped to the league as top draft picks, and Tre heavily considered joining them and going pro after just 1 year. Tre just knew deep down he wasn't done yet in Durham, and as one of the biggest returning contributors, he knew he had the chance to be the guy for Coach K and the Blue Devils next season. Tre decided to return for his sophomore year, linking up with our boys Vernon Carey and Cassius Stanley to captain the squad on one more run. Playing alongside elite scorers like RJ, Cam, and Zion, Tre played mostly as an assist man and defensive menace for the Blue Devils. In his second season, TJ3 exploded as a scorer. He improved his three-point shot from 26 to 36% from downtown. He could turn on the jets and was essentially unguardable in transition. He really showcased a complete game, dropping 16 points, 6 assists, 4 boards, and 2 steals per game. They had to start calling him two-way Tre because he was the best player on the floor on offense and defense. That was enough to earn him ACC Player of the Year honors and ACC Defensive Player of the Year, not to mention third-team All-American honors as just a sophomore. Unfortunately, Tre's sophomore season was cut short due to the coronavirus pandemic, just as the Blue Devils was poised to make a big tournament run. After his first 2 seasons at Duke, Tre felt it was the right time to seize the dream he had been training for since those days at Apple Valley Middle School. On May 21st, 2020, Tre Jones declared for the NBA draft, where he'd likely be a first-round pick. Will Tre Jones be a first-round pick just like his big bro Tyus, cementing their family status among basketball royal families like the Currys? They say defense wins championships. Can he continue making a name for himself in the NBA as one of the last true point guards left who really loves locking down opposing PGs? Will Tre's infinite motor and leadership be enough to bring a chip home to your favorite franchise? I know I'll be tuned in on draft day to see what lucky team lands Tre Jones. As far as the future of the point guard position in the NBA, you better be keeping up with the Joneses. It's been your favorite storyteller, OT Cambo. Now let me put this mic down so I can watch some more overtime. Later.
Dime. You better stay wavy at the wave jersey, alright? Go click the link in the bio ASAP. Check out the videos right here and subscribe. Date rápido.